That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Jason David Frank.
Boom shakalaka.
Please do not change channel.
Welcome back. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. That way you can keep coming back over and over to hang with us and our wonderfully talented and creative guests in the arts and entertainment world. I'm Allyson Murray, and right now we're in Fayetteville, New York. We're hanging at the Fayetteville Free Library for the second annual author meet and greet, hosted by Tainted Moonlight's Aaron Kelly. And we're hanging with author Leon Archer. Thank you so much for hanging with us.
You're very welcome.
So tell us about your latest book here, your first book, right?
This is correct, my first book.
Awesome. So tell us about it.
Well, it's a romance, one that I conceived about 3 years ago and enjoy writing. It is one which starts in a high school setting and follows a couple through their lives. Actually, they both led separate lives for a long time.
Oh, nice. Very good. So what inspired you to become an author?
Well, I've been a writer for a long time. I've written an outdoor column for the Fulton Valley News since 1985. Been a member of the New York State Outdoor Writers Association for a long time. But I thought about 3 years ago I'd like to try my hand at something else, do something a little different.
Yes.
And I was inspired by reading a couple of books by Nicholas Sparks. And after reading those, I said, I can do that.
Oh, wow. So was it hard for you to get published?
No, but I went by a route that not everyone takes. I was published by Christian Faith Publishing in Pennsylvania, and they work a little differently than some publishers. I didn't get a big advance or anything. I had to pay for the things I was going to get up front, the process.
Okay.
And but they worked with me all the way through it, and I've appreciated it. I thought it was a good deal.
Very good. Are you working on anything? Are you a sequel to your book?
Yes,
or?
I actually do. I have a sequel going. I wasn't planning to do a sequel when I wrote the book, and I thought it was just a standalone, but so many people that read it asked me, what happened with this, what happened with that, and said, are you going to write a sequel? That I talked to my wife, and I said, I think there is a sequel in there. So I'm about halfway through preparing that. I hope to have that out sometime this spring in 2019.
Very good. Do you have a specific writing style or process?
I'm probably what's called a pantser, flying by the seat of your pants.
Yeah.
This book and the one I'm working on now are both third-person omniscient, and so it's a style I'm used to, although I've got another book going that's first-person. But
okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a plan before? Like, do you have an image of what you want to see?
Yes, I actually do. When I started this story, I had almost a story board on it. I knew where I was starting, I knew where I was going, and when I got started on it, I was about 50 pages into the book when the characters took over, and the end of I was playing here, the end of the book was over here. I told my wife, I'm right now, I'm just listening to what they say and following what they do and see where it takes me.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
I thought the ending was better than what I'd planned.
Oh, how cool. Do you find it anything challenging about writing a book?
Making the time for it, if you've got a lot of other things going on. In fact, I've just decided that I'm going to start putting a 40-hour weekend writing on the sequel because it's been taking way too long.
Right.
Time is a big part of it.
Right. Did it take you a long time to write this first one?
I tell everybody it took me 2.5 years to write the first 50 pages, and I wrote them about 50 times.
My goodness.
And I finally realized I've got to quit just going over this. I got to tell this story. Once I did that, it took me about 9 months to finish.
Oh, yes. Do you have to do a lot of research?
No, not for this
stories?
particular book. It's a love story, and I was familiar with some of it's basically fictional as far as place and so on. But what I was writing about that I actually used for their actual places, I was familiar with them. So I had a background that I didn't really have to research.
Right. Did you base the characters off of you and your wife?
Not really.
No?
I used my experience in school, but I actually didn't know my wife. We met in school. I didn't know her until I was actually a senior, almost ready to graduate. And this story goes back before that. But no, she's not the heroine.
Aw.
I know.
She is in real life, though.
Yes.
Where's your most favorite place to go to recharge, get inspired?
My favorite place to go to be inspired?
Where do you gather your inspirations from?
Probably most of my inspirations are found just when I'm alone and have a chance to sit and think. Mm-hmm. And I can remember the story, and I can, when I'm not having anything else going on, I can kind of picture where it's going and get a feel for it. But I do find inspirations for parts of stories in places I'm visiting or whatever, things that happen. There's so many things that you see in your life, that happen in your life, that you can, that when you stop to think about them, you can weave them into the story because they're real.
Right.
So.
Yeah, right. Have you found, since you finished this book and have started on your next book, that your writing has changed? But you've been doing it a long time, too.
Yeah, well, writing a book is a lot different from writing a column where you're doing, 600-700 words, and it's a one-time, one-piece thing.
Right.
My writing has changed a little bit. I think not a lot. It's changed a little, I think, in the way that I approach it, and I'm doing now a little bit more description in what I write. The axiom for writers is show, don't tell. And so that was a little hard for me. I'm a much better storyteller than I am a story shower. But so that change I've been consciously making.
Okay. Excited to see how that comes to light. What do you remember your favorite book as a child?
As a teenager, I don't remember too much about books when I was a child, but as a teenager, I think the favorite book that I read was Old Man and the Boy by Robert Ruark. And that's, the guy was an outdoor writer with a Chicago newspaper and wrote about an old man and a boy that I never was sure if the old man was his uncle or who he was. It wasn't his father. And just as they lived life and the lessons that he learned from the old man. Very, very excellent book. Sold quite a few copies, and people today don't even know what it is, but it's a good book.
Well, where can people find you and your book?
Well, I live in Fulton, New York. If they're looking for the book, it sells in a lot of different places, but it is available on Amazon. You can get it there on Kindle or soft cover. And you can get it from Barnes & Nobles. I don't think they're carrying it in their stores, but you can order it from there. You can also get it on Nook, and there are other places. I've noticed some people bought it on iTunes, and I didn't even know you could do that. So, but,
cool.
Weird.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're out there now. Mm-hmm. Do we have time for a game? We have time for a game. We like to play games on this show.
Okay.
Leon, with you, I think we're going to play Mad Gab.
Okay.
Have you ever played Mad Gab?
Nope.
It's kind of a funny game. You just pick a card, and then you read the bubble, one of the bubbles, and we try to guess. It's not English. We try to guess what the bubble is.
Okay.
We try to speak English.
Oh, I'm looking on the orange side.
You can look on any side you want,
Oh, okay.
and then Harry will help us find the answer because I don't have my glasses on. I can't see. But I'll go first,
Okay.
kind of to give you an idea. Okay. Annual woolen vestments. Annual woolen vestments.
Annual investment?
Yes.
Okay.
I even got that one, and I didn't have to look. Awesome. You're good at this.
Okay.
Your turn.
I know about this one. Hit, swat, goddess, ear.
He got us here. So it would be on the other side.
Okay.
What was your letter?
My letter was A, and it was the top one.
So it would be
All for naught, or over there.
B-A.
Oh, it's what got us here.
Oh, it's what got us here.
Okay, so you
I
had it
was
right. I
pretty
just didn't see
close.
that. Yeah,
Let's play one more time.
I see how that works. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a minute to get used to it, but it's a pretty fun game, actually.
Yeah, I can
We
see
don't know
that.
what we're saying.
I can see that.
This is a good drinking game.
Yeah, it gets easier as you go along.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. Wheels you'll hater.
We'll see you later.
I think that's what it is. We'll see you later. Is that what it says? Yes.
Okay. Alas, skunk, even oven her.
Alaska governor.
Yep,
Alaska
Alaska
governor. Yay! Boy, we're smart today, peeps. Well, guys, we've had a blast hanging with Leon today. I am Allyson Murray, but before we go, we would like to give a very special thank you to our partners at Krypton Radio out of LA, Famous Faces and Funnies, Off the Chain Radio with Yvonne Mason, Space Coast Comics, Asylum Convention Entertainment Services with Heather Reed, and our great friends at Something Unique Magazine. These are the folks that share our videos all over the World Wide Web, and we hope you will too. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, let us know what you think of today's show and our guests. You can also check our guest links below. Remember to subscribe, log on, and stay tuned to see who we're hanging with next. Thank you, Leon.
Thank
That was
you.
Great.
Enjoy.
Thank you.